Hello everybody and welcome to Never Seen. This is the show where I watch a film without watching it, review it without watching it, and then come back and compare notes. That could have been less confusing. Basically, I'm going to not watch a film, talk about what I've heard about the reputation around the film, watch the film, and then see if the reputation precedes you. You know, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be watching a film called The Prom. Now, I don't know much about this. I only know certain things. It's a Netflix film. It's based on a real musical. And I've not seen the real musical either, so I'm going in it completely blind. The only thing I do know is there was controversy surrounding James Corden in it. Now, I don't know why James Corden's getting all this hate. The controversy surrounding that he's playing an openly gay character and it's very stereotypical, is what I've been hearing. And I'm gonna take it on face value and just watch it. I know, like, sometimes I've seen musicals. I think very rarely a musical to film does it work. The Phantom of the Opera film I kind of liked, apart from the disfigurement. That was just been stung by a bee, and that was terrible. But for all intents and purposes, it was a good translation to film, I feel. The Joseph film was literally just it filmed on stage, just they did it in a studio instead, which I liked when I was little. And as I've grown up, as I've studied film now, I can't watch the film because it's full of so many errors. So, and obviously it's quite clunky, but this is an all right film as a translation. I haven't seen the new Cats film that came out a few years ago. I want to see it, but I want to see Cats on its own merits, because I know there was a 1998 kind of filming of the show, which I probably will watch that first and then watch the 2019 film and then compare the thing. That's kind of what I plan to do. But talking about The Prom, I've seen a few clips. I've listened to some bits of the music. I've not listened to the whole thing yet, and I've seen, it's popped up occasionally, and I just kind of felt like it was time to watch it because it's an LGBTQ plus film. I've not seen many. I don't watch many these days. Excuse me, but I'm quite intrigued to watch this film. So I'm now going to go and watch the film, The Prom, on Netflix. So I'm actually only 6 minutes into the film, and yes, I understand why everyone hated James Corden in this film. What? It's the most stereotypical thing I've ever watched. Ever. It's actually insulting. Fair. Like, I'm going to continue watching, because I'm set out to do this, but I just wanted to point out that I think it's insulting. Just saying. And I don't like saying that about specific people, but there we go. Very good. That was very good. I liked it. Yeah. Enough said, really. Yes, I got choked up a few times. And it's kind of weird. I don't know why, because obviously being an openly gay man, I've not really faced much homophobia. I say that recently. Something's been going on, but that's beside the point. But that could be it. To be fair, I'm just hitting the mic. What a good professional I am. But I never went to prom. I never did. I went to a scout camp instead. Gilbert 24 vlog on his channel from 2016, long time ago when I was due to do prom. But just interrupting here to correct a fact. In fact, it was 2015 I would have gone to prom. I did go to Gilbert 24 in 2015. The vlog that's on this channel is from 2016. I know you don't care, but I want to correct the fact. So there you go. I thought it was a great film. It was good. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here. As I said earlier, there was a bit of controversy surrounding James Corden's performance in it. Seeing as it was very stereotypical. Yes, it was. I do agree. It was very stereotypical at times. It seemed a bit too over the top. Yes, I do think they should have had a gay actor play the gay role. And yeah, I do think the beats. Sorry about the lighting, by the way. It's like midnight. But yeah. So it just got to. It just watching it. Just you do. Sometimes the beatsy hits. I literally charged you. Sometimes I'm gonna have to be this quick. Back. What was I talking about? Yeah. So James Corden's performance. Yes. So he hits. Sometimes the emotional beats hit, and you do sit there and go, okay, I believe in the character. Sometimes, but yeah. So what does kind of is very stagnant is just it doesn't. I don't think he's a terrible actor. at all. I think he's very, very good. He is an actor. He's written his, you know, look at him. He hosted a late night show and stuff like that. And I do watch his stuff and I do find him funny. I don't know why everyone hates on him so much. I do know he's had controversies surrounding like he was rude to a restaurant owner but apologised. At least he apologises in my books. But you know, I don't read up on this kind of stuff, so I don't know all the controversies. Enlighten me would be great. Or if you're watching this, James, don't enlighten me. Be nice. Give me a job. No. We're not stooping to that level. Anyway, yeah. So the beat, he hits the beat sometimes. He's a good singer. You know, but yeah, I do think, yes, he should have been played by an openly gay actor. The story kind of starts straight away. You're introduced to it pretty much straight away, and you do sit there and go, when it starts to resolve itself after about an hour, and you're not an hour, after about half an hour in, the story's kind of resolved. You're sitting there thinking, and then they do the big twist of, you know, they sent the lead, Emma, to a fake prom. Basically, the story is, just to summarise the story, what I took from it is Emma wanted to go to prom with her girlfriend, who in the story, by the way, I will add, is in the closet until the end, which we'll get to, because there's something they did which is very, very clever. The prom, basically they said they wouldn't be allowed, and then eventually the prom got cancelled. She then got a lot of hate and a lot of homophobia, obviously. Not obviously, you know what I mean. And then they were forced to do another prom by the courts. But what they did is they did the normal prom and then sent Emma to her own prom completely on her own and stuff like that. What also is involved in the story is the kind of side plot, shall we say, is these Broadway performers who are very narcissistic come and help Emma, but they're thinking about themselves more than Emma, and but eventually learn, and then eventually towards the end, the finale, by the way, is amazing. Yeah, one thing I did like, as I said, there was something they did at the end which was very clever, is the two leads, Emma and her girlfriend, who I can't remember her name, they kissed. The only time they kissed was right at the end of the show, right at the end of the film, and I think that's what they do in the show. I've not seen the show because it's only been in America. I don't know. I've not seen a version in the UK, so I've not seen the stage version. I'd love to see the stage version, definitely, because obviously I can't judge whether or not a translation from a stage musical to screen, if it's a good jump. From what I saw, it was produced. It looked brilliant. I loved how the lighting all changed when they suddenly. It looked like they're on a theatre. When I say looked like on the theatre set, they lit it like it was on a theatre set. It didn't look like they're on a theatre set. Well, they're on a set, obviously, but you know what I mean? They lit it, and you know, the music changed, the singing was great. I didn't hear any voices seem terrible. But I don't know whether or not they used autotune, or they didn't, I don't know, but I doubt they did, because yeah, I just thought it was just a really good film. And I definitely recommend it. It's on Netflix. 2020, I think I said 2019 in the intro. It's 2020. It was made in 2019. And it was made very quickly, apparently. Well, it was being made in 2019 and came out in 2020. That's quite a good turnaround for a film. Usually it takes a while for it to be produced. But yeah, so I recommend the film. Sorry if I mentioned something and I've forgotten about it. You know me, I've got a brain like a sieve. What were we talking about? Joking, that's a joke. Anyway, very good film. Very good. The finale generally felt like, and they actually kind of did a curtain call in the show. They kind of did a curtain call in the credits, which they don't really ever do in musical films. It doesn't ever feel like a curtain call. Yeah, but they did that, and I like it when they kind of interpret. Yeah, so for what I saw, it's a very good film. Forgiving the James Corden bit, just parking it over there, because sometimes it does kind of ruin it a bit, like I said, but overall, it's a good film. Like I said, I got choked up a few times, and at the end, I did cry. Even the kiss at the end did make me choke up, and I'm not a lesbian. Anyway, I'm gonna go recommend the film. What's your thoughts on the films? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you soon.